I'm on fire.
Oh, get ready, everybody. Here we go. Welcome to the fun. It's the Big Mouth Show. Step right up. Let me tell you what's the scoop. Jamie, Carter, Sam. Welcome to our crew. Magic in the air. Gonna raise the sound. Mensa active games where the smiles abound. Disney dreams alive. Oh, we're on a quest. With our family vibes, we're truly blessed. From the rankings to the laughs, it's the ultimate ride. In the Big Mouse House, let's enjoy the vibe. In the Big Mouse House, we're living the dream. With games and laughs.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Mouse House. We're at episode 46, which is kind of wild to say out loud because that means we're officially creeping up toward the Big 5-0. And let's just say we've got some things coming for that milestone. We're not ready to spill it just yet, but you're going to want to be following along so you don't miss it. If you haven't already, go find us on social media. Just search the Big Mouse House. Jump in with us. Send us your thoughts, your hot takes, your Disney stories. We love hearing from you guys and building this thing together. Now, today's episode is a little different because this isn't just a Disney episode. This is a family episode. It's me, the Big Mouse. Carter's here. And we welcome back, believe it or not, Mrs. Mouse back to the house. Greetings.
Desperate
Greetings,
times.
Big Ro.
Hang on just a minute. First of all,
Go
it's not
download last
the
week's
Big
episode.
Row. It's the row. I take offense. Second of all, last week's episode was so epic. The people wanted me back. I get it.
Who's the people?
All the people.
Well, since I run social media, I don't know that I can agree with that.
I halfway run social media with you. Are you saying the people don't want me back?
I did not say that, but I just haven't seen.
He's just saying Sam's unavailable.
I didn't say that either.
So what are you saying?
Sam is on the injured list. Get
Yeah.
healthy, Sam.
Sam's got some vocal issues. He went a little too hard last week, and he's paying the price. So he'll be back soon, no doubt about it.
Unless the people want me back.
What's crazy is this podcast is almost as old as you are.
Me?
Both
Wow.
of you.
Yeah.
But listen, guys, if you haven't put it together yet, maybe you're new to the pod, maybe you hadn't just put two and two together, we're about to talk about Carter's Disney journey with the two people who started it all, Mrs. Mouse and I, because we are Carter's parents. Mm-hmm. We're going all the way back to Carter as a kid, Carter through the teenage years, into adulthood, and now watching him experience Disney as a dad. So this could get real. It could get funny. Probably a little bit of both. And Carter, there's a very real chance you get called out a few times today. I'm banking on it. But today we're going to walk through Carter's Disney journey stage by stage and see how the magic has changed, grown, and maybe even gotten a little stronger over time. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Big Mouse House.
And now, our feature presentation.
All right, we're going to start with this first segment called The First Magic. We're going all the way back. Let's rewind the clock to 2009. Carter, as an 8-year-old,
Yeah, it was 8.
and his first trip to Disney World, it was with the house. So basically,
The house before it was the Big Mouse house.
that's right. So me, Chrissy, Carter, and even younger Jack. Chrissy's mom went, who's known as Maljan. Emily went with Sam, and that was before they were even married. Jenny went too.
She did.
She
She
did.
did.
So that was everybody that went on that first trip, right?
Yep.
So Carter, obviously a lot of aspects, and it was a long time ago because you are 25. Because you are 25 now.
Thanks, Dad.
What is your first Disney trip memory? What's the first thing you remember?
Can I just talk about one of my favorite memories? So, you do all this planning, and even back then there was a lot of planning involved in it, even though there weren't, the lightning lanes. But we drove because it was just more cost effective for us to do that. So we check into the hotel. We stayed at Pop Century. Jamie was chomping at the bit to get to the park. Like, let's go, get your stuff, let's go. And all the boys wanted to do was swim.
It was a pretty impressive pool.
It was, but you were so angry
Red is really our color.
because you were just ready.
Angry?
Yes. Do you remember that?
No. I remember the pool and I remember the arcade, but I don't
Yeah.
remember him being mad.
Maybe angry something, but you were just very frustrated because you had this in your mind that we were going to get there, we were going to throw all our stuff down, we change clothes or whatever, and we were hitting the park so we could make the most of our time. Well, I think we passed the pool on the way to our room, and the boys saw it, and they're like, we want to swim. And you said, we can swim anywhere. We're going to the park. Of course, they didn't know what was waiting for them at the parks because they had never been before. They really didn't know what all was coming. You were bound and determined that we were not swimming. We were going to the parks, and I finally just turned around, looked at you, and said, let's just let them swim for like an hour or two. Let's let them get it out of their system. And once they get done and we get to the parks and they see what all awaits them, they won't to go back. We went swimming, got that out of your system, and we got on to the parks.
I want to say Animal Kingdom was the first park that we went to. I might be incorrect in that, but that's the first one I kind of remember.
It is, because remember, that's the Jackson Brother Bear.
Yeah, which we've talked about. So, Carter, what do you remember about going to Animal Kingdom right off the bat?
I definitely remember the Lion King show, and I really remember the rapids
Yeah.
because you got wet on it, and that's all an 8-year-old wanted to do was ride a ride that he got wet on. At least an 8-year-old Carter.
Chris has already kind of hit on it, but there's a perspective difference there. I went to Disney World so much as a kid, which we talked about before. Chrissy went, maybe a few times. That first one with your kids, you want it to be so special and so magical and so pixie dust filled and all the things that make Disney so fun. You have these illusions of them walking in the park for the first time and it being like the TV commercials that you see, and Carter and Jack walking up on the Tree of Life and just being, mesmerized. And I want to say that we went left. And obviously this was before the Pandora expansion. I want to say there were some character meet and greets over there, like Mickey and Minnie and Goofy and Donald Daisy in their safari gear. So I want to say that was the first thing that we did. Obviously, Animal Kingdom doesn't have a whole lot of rides, but Carter, do you remember riding some things in Animal Kingdom as a kid?
I remember the shaky bridge on the safari that they don't do anymore.
Right.
And I remember, like, they caught the poachers with the elephant.
Yeah.
That was almost 20 years ago now, so
Yeah,
I don't
that's
like
right.
thinking about it that much.
It's crazy.
And also the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, big old jungle gym play area.
Yeah.
I remember spending a lot of time in there,
Y'all
thinking that
did
was
spend
super
a lot of
cool.
time there.
The first time I went, I didn't really have any sort of expectations or really even know really what Disney was. And so I think a lot of the things, like the cliche Disney things, just didn't super happen for me because I didn't really know that was a thing anyway.
Yeah.
You say, oh, we need to go to the parks, you don't need to go to the pool. Like, the pool, it was right in front of me. I didn't know what was waiting on me. It was very mesmerizing, almost not overwhelming in a bad way, but just it was just a lot to take in.
We had the internet back then, didn't we? Well, I think we did, but we just didn't have access to.
Definitely not what we have now.
Yeah. Now, I'm sure you've probably even watched Disney World videos with Beckett, even though he can't really comprehend what's going on. But now, even though we've been multiple times, Dad and I we'll still watch videos about Disney World and things like that. And we just didn't have that back then.
Right.
I remember getting the maps in the mail. I got those early. And so I remember us looking.
I feel like I remember that.
Yeah. I remember us physically writing on the maps, where
there
we
was
would
no
go.
app back then.
No.
The maps were obviously a lot bigger deal than they are today. And I remember it kind of being the type of thing where there was a big gap of when I went as a kid or teenager and when I went back as an adult. I don't remember going back a lot during my high school years, and I don't remember going back in college. And so this trip with you guys was probably my first trip in probably a 10 to 15 year span. Obviously, so much had changed. And so there was a balance of I've been there, done that. But there was also, it was new for me too. But, I think as parents, I just remember wanting it to be special and being the first trip with my own kids, prioritizing things, as a parent versus what maybe Carter and Jack cared about, like the story with Chris shared with the swimming pool, or Carter really getting jazzed up about Kali River Rapids. I don't remember making that a priority when we went in, but it happened. And the moment with Brother Bear with Jackson that we've talked about so much, it really wasn't a priority thing. It was kind of a take it in. I think going to Animal Kingdom first was probably a good one for us as opposed to jumping in with Magic Kingdom. But I don't remember planning a lot, I guess is the point I'm trying to make.
I do remember calling or maybe even email something, and they sent us maps for each of the parks. We opened the maps, and that's kind of how we planned our day, or how we were going to move around the parks. That was during the days of, as soon as the park opens, you have to run to, I do remember running to Test Track and getting fast passes.
This was the fast pass where you had to actually get the tickets. You'd press the button and it would spit out and it would tell you, hey, come back between the time up. It was usually an hour window, 5:20 to 6:20 or whatever that was, depending on when you got there. But yeah, that was a totally different thing. Again, this is before the app. And running around and getting those fast pass tickets was such a thrill in itself, but it was also a lot of work on the person that was running around to get those, and that was typically Chrissy.
Yeah.
Because I don't run.
And I don't
Big Mouse doesn't run.
I don't really even remember how we knew about fast passes, but we did. I remember we had the card, and everybody had their own card, and that was your ticket to get in the gate. So as soon as everybody scanned their ticket, not even scanned their ticket, but did their ticket.
Swipe the card.
Swipe the card. Yes, we had to swipe the card. Then I would collect them all as quick as I could, and I'd start taking off, because you had to have tickets in order to get the fast pass. So one by one, you had to scan or swipe the cards, and it would spit the fast pass out. And I don't know, it was just interesting. We thought that was so innovative, though. Right. I remember that.
Thinking back to even my first memories of Disney World as a kid, you know what my first memory is? Getting lost.
Oh,
in Magic
gosh.
Kingdom. I remember we were walking through Cinderella's castle into Fantasyland, and somehow, some way, I got separated from my parents, and I was lost for probably at least 10 to 15 minutes before my
Golly.
parents. And I remember panicking and being upset, and I remember a police officer or a security guard, or maybe he was just a cast member, I don't know, but I remember they picked up on it and they came and got me. However Disney did it, they found my parents, and we were reunited. That is my first memory, is being lost in Disney World. But anyway,
Reunited, and it feels so good.
Awkward.
but obviously that first magic, those childhood years were so important. And Carter, we're going to get into this as we progress, but what are some aspects of being a child that you miss about Disney World?
I think to a certain extent, I kind of miss not knowing what I was in for. Now, I mean, I'm on a Disney podcast, and like I look at stuff all the time, and so I won't really be surprised by anything, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But having that first time of just like having no idea what was coming, like the first time I rode Test Track, thinking we were about to get head-on collision with that 18-wheeler,
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
going in like the hot room and the cold room on Test Track, and like thinking we were gonna fall on that bridge on Safari.
The first drop in Splash Mountain. And
Yes, like just things that you kind of take for granted the more you go. It's like that with everything you do, but having that almost like that wonder.
I don't mean to jump ahead, but I know when you went back as an adult, watching you experience Rise of the Resistance for the first time and seeing your face. I remember I videoed the whole thing because I was just mesmerized by watching you. It was almost like watching you as an 8-year-old experience these things, just what you're talking about. And those are the things that Disney does that people just can't explain it, Chris. They can't explain how that works or what makes that happen like that, but it does. So, a 21-year-old Carter acting like an 8-year-old getting to experience Rise of the Resistance for the first time.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And, it's almost like not every time you go back, because we go back a lot more often than the boys do. But every time they go back, there's something new that they have not experienced before. So you kind of get to live vicariously through them, even though you've experienced, you experienced for the first time last time you were there. They're experiencing it for the first time because they haven't been in a while. And then I'm just excited to see what Beckett Baby's going to do.
Yeah, like the things that wonder of it has kind of worn off over time for me. Like it's going to come right back whenever he experiences it for himself.
I want to see the Country Bear Jamboree.
Let's move on to segment 2, which is we're going to call Too Cool for Disney, your teenage years. And we've highlighted this too. This is kind of a dangerous time because, a lot of teenagers, it don't matter where you take them or what you do or how much money you spend, that too cool for school attitude kind of has a tendency to kind of shine through. And that definitely happened to us in our family the first time that we took Carter and Jack when they were how old?
Senior trip,
Yeah.
Okay. So that would have been what?
2019.
So obviously we went a couple of times in between there, but the big time I guess I'm referring to in the teenage years was 2019 when Carter was a senior, and it was a senior trip that we went, and we actually accompanied him. His church youth group had kind of sponsored the trip, and so Chris and I just kind of went as a tag along.
Well, he's not going without us because we like it.
That's right. And Jack went too. So Jack would have been 15 or 16 years old.
Prime teenage years.
That's right. And I remember just the first day we were walking in, and Carter went with a lot of his friends, and we get that. But just even having Jackson with us and the experiences that we had with Carter, which we tried to do a lot of things with them, I just remember being so devastated because the magic was gone. I'm not going to say that they did anything that was disrespectful or, unappreciative, that kind of thing. It was just like they had been there, done that. So, Carter, what do you think changes for you in your teenage years? What was different for you as you went back as a teenager?
I think I get a bad rap on this. Like, I'm just not an animated person. I don't flip out over stuff very often. That doesn't mean like I don't enjoy it or I'm like, just numb to it. I don't do a very good job of maybe expressing that.
I'll have to back you up here because, obviously we're talking about Disney, but like at Christmas, we always try to get something fun and big for each of the boys, like that maybe they weren't expecting or something like that. And I just remember throughout the years, I really had to work on myself because the reaction that I expected from him was not the reaction that he gave me. Does not mean he was any less excited or thankful for it. Like Carter, when he gets super excited, he just puts this little grin on his face and he shakes his head yes. And that's just, that's like prime for him. Like, oh my gracious, he is enjoying himself. He's got his little smile on his face and he's shaking his head yes. I think that's where we kind of had to
I mean, y'all spent a lot more time with Jack on that trip. Maybe he was just miserable.
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like we knew you didn't think you were having fun. It was just, again, that innocence and that magic of being wide-eyed when you got to see Mickey Mouse, or being wide-eyed when you got to ride the Astro Orbiter for the first time, that kind of thing. Nothing lasts forever, and there's only a first time to the things that you should get to do the first time. So it was just different. And it wasn't like we were like disappointed or anything. I just remember us being like, wow, this is different. Going to Disney World with teenagers is totally different.
Sucks. No,
And so
just
that's
kidding.
why we never took y'all back. No, I'm just joking. Just joking.
Well, and like you said, Carter spent a lot of time with his friends from church, which was completely understandable. We knew that was going to happen. And then as far as Jack is concerned, obviously it's that too cool for school attitude. He didn't necessarily want to do what we wanted to do at the same time. And so if you remember, we finally set him free and told him, just go do what you want to do. He had a cell phone. You know, he knew how to get back. Jackson Ramsey O'Tan is very unassuming. That kid, you could put him in the middle of a field, in the middle of the desert, in the middle of the woods. He gonna find his way back home. He's very resourceful. So I remember you and I had this conversation, was like let him go, because we were trying to keep him with us because he was a little bit younger. And when we finally gave up the fight, and we're just like, Jack, just go do whatever makes your little heart happy. And he did. And the rest of the time, it was wonderful. We'd meet up. He'd want us to buy him some dinner. You know how that goes. So we'd
Not much
meet
has
up.
changed.
Not much has changed, and that's okay. There's probably a little bit of, I don't know if I want to use the word jealousy, but there was probably a little jealousy there that Carter was with his friends and Jackson was
With mom and dad.
stuck with the old people, and he just wasn't having it. So we let that boy free,
Yeah.
and he rebounded well.
Carter, do you think things changed on how you tried to experience Disney? Do you think you tried to ride more rides, less rides, more character meetings, less character meetings, food? You know, you're not a huge ride person anyway. If you've listened to the pod, you know Carter's going to avoid a lot of the big stuff. Space Mountain and Guardians wasn't a thing then, but, you know, a lot of the roller coasters, you weren't going to ride that anyway. But do you feel like it changed for you?
I do find myself riding more things the older I get. At least on that trip I did, because that's what everybody else was doing. And so I didn't want to just be the guy who waited in the gift shop, you know, except for Rock and Roller Coaster. I still won't do that. No. So we went twice between this trip and our first trip, but I feel like this was the first time that I really had expectations of what was going to happen. This first time I'd been in almost 10 years at that point, but I knew I wanted to ride these rides that I remembered. I knew I wanted to eat at these places, and I guess I had this idea of how it was going to be beforehand. And that was the first time I went with people that weren't in my family too. Wasn't better or worse, it was just different.
Well, all right.
So moving on to segment 3, rediscovering the magic is what we're going to call this one. This is Carter going as a young adult. Carter, you would have been, 22 at this point?
Yep, 22. I had graduated that spring. We went in December.
From college, not high school.
From college.
He graduated again from high school.
Kind of look at this as my last hurrah before becoming an official adult. I was out of school, but I was working at the school, and I was still coaching soccer, and I was engaged. It was when I get back from this, I got to start being a real adult.
Yeah, a lot of grown-up stuff coming.
It was pretty cool. Jen and I were engaged. We got engaged in September, and so a couple months in, 8 months out from our wedding, it was really cool. A cool time. Probably my favorite trip I've been on.
What I remember about that trip, and Jackson went, and he brought a friend too. Shout out Mason. So we all kind of, had our people that we were hanging out with. I do remember watching you experience Disney and being so keen on Jenna experiencing the magic. And that was Jenna's first trip she had since she was, 8, something like that?
Yeah.
So basically Disney was new for her as well. And to see you try to have her experience the things that meant a lot to you was really, really cool. I really enjoyed watching that aspect. What do you remember from that? Just that mentality of just making sure that she had a good time.
This was the first trip that I went on that we pre-gamed. We watched videos beforehand. We looked at pictures from times before, did all these things. And a big part of that was because, she hadn't been since she was 8 years old, which, same thing from when we went when I was 8. We didn't really know what we were doing, at least not to the extent we know now. And so it really was going to be a brand new experience for her. I don't know what it was between that timing when I was 19 or 18 and the last trip, but I just got to the point where I was like, man, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, because I didn't go between then. Mm-hmm. Y'all had started going so much. Every time y'all came home and we all still lived together, we would go through the pictures. Man, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that. That's new. I haven't done that. Like, oh, I remember doing that. That's a little different now. I want to go do that. And I remember it was around Jenna's birthday in 2023. And this is like late May. Me, Jack, and her were all sitting on the couch in the living room. I saw Dad look at Mom and say, and like kind of give a nod. I'm like, what was that? And then she got up, went to her room, and came out with 3 gifts. And I swear, instantly I knew what it was.
Really?
I did.
I don't even remember the gifts.
It was ears.
We bought them all ears, remember?
Okay.
When you said I got up and went to my bedroom.
And it was like 3 bags. Mine and Jack had Baby Yoda ears, and I don't remember what Jenna's was.
She had Minnie Mouse ears.
Minnie Mouse ears. But as soon as I saw them, I was like, we're going to Disney. We had talked about how she hadn't been in a long time and how like we needed to go with her. I just knew there's ears in this bag. And I opened up and there it was.
Wow. I don't even remember that, so that's cool.
So we had gone to Walmart earlier that day for something. Not that. We'd already planned the trip and everything. But we found those at Walmart. And I was like, Jamie, don't you think it'd be a good idea for us to get these and wrap them up and give them to them? And sure enough, that's what we did.
So Carter, what are some of those key moments for you and Jenna when you went back as adults? What are the things that you remember like really wanting her to experience?
I just remember a lot of the stuff that we would watch on videos, like mostly restaurants. We were going during Christmas time, and she would see like reels of Disney and Christmas, and she was like, "Is this really what it looks like?" I was like, "Yeah, that's what it looks like." And she's like, "I guess live through what we were watching in the months leading up to that." Be like, "I remember this about this ride. I remember going there and eating this," and like
recalling your own memories.
Yeah.
Through
that, figuring out what she was going to be looking forward to, what she wanted to do, and then like executing it. And that was like, it was executed so well.
Mm-hmm. That was a pretty flawless trip. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. You were on your game.
I just remember that was one of those trips where everything just kind of fell in place. It was like that first week in December. So it was decorated for Christmas, but it wasn't the craziness of that Christmas crowd just yet. And the weather was perfect. And I just remember we just had a good time. Mm-hmm. And Henry was with us too. Mm-hmm. And, we didn't even mention that just yet, but it was just fun because having him at that time, probably 8 years old, I'm going to guess, and watching him experience Disney for the first time without his mom and dad and having a good time with that and getting spoiled. We stayed at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, and I remember that was the first time we had been able to do that. That was a big bucket list item for me. It was one of those times where I think everything came together, and that's so instrumental, I think, when people like Jenna go for the first time, be able to experience Disney that way. It's almost like a blessing and a curse because you have a great time, but you expect to go back next time and it to be that way. And sometimes that doesn't work out that way, but we've been pretty blessed in that area. And so I hope that continues. And it's definitely something we're looking forward every time that we go back.
Well, and it's kind of like when Jamie and I go with different people, or like the time we went with all of our friends from church, there was 10 of us all together, 5 couples. It was so interesting and neat and so good to just watch. Some of the people had never been before. Some of them had
Shout out Deanna.
Yeah.
Little Tinkerbell.
Some of them had been, but it'd been 10 or 20 years. Being able to experience that with all different types of Disney experiences.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like with Jenna, being able to go in and experience that with her when everything was, she'd been before, but everything was probably very new and exciting. And, like when we go with Beckett in December, it's going to be a whole nother experience because we're going to be with a 16-month-old and to see what he likes and what he enjoys. And that's what I love about it.
I think it's safe to say, Carter, that when you went back as a young adult and through that process of prepping, and I see you even doing it now with Jenna and us in our family planning meetings and that kind of thing, I think your appreciation for the details has changed. I think your appreciation for the theming and the food and the planning aspects, I think that's changed. And that makes me very excited because I feel like we're kind of passing the torch to you guys. And that goes for Jack and, Anya as well. And Anya, if you don't know, is Jackson's girlfriend. And she's going with us. And this will be her first trip in a very long time. And so to see her get to experience it too is really exciting to me. That's when I get keyed up the most. Helping people experience Disney and fall in love with it. It brings me so much happiness. And so bringing you back as a young adult definitely keyed that for me. And to see you now appreciate it, that's a really cool aspect to watch as well.
That's the plus side of having the experience. Like I talked earlier about how that wonder kind of goes away to some extent, but that's also a big plus is like doing it again through someone you care about a lot. Like obviously with Jenna, that was a really special time, but like how much more special will it be for Beckett?
Yeah. We're going to get to that. I promise.
Okay, I'll hold it then.
Try and focus here.
I'll just wrap up this segment in this way. Watching you get to experience it that way, Disney stopped becoming about riding rides, and it became more about those experiences and those things, experiencing it together. I know we've talked about it before, but I'll just throw this out. one of the big memories I had. We got on the People Mover, and it was at night, and I just wasn't paying attention to the time. And Carter and Jenna were in the cart in front of us, and Chrissy had intentionally, just to give them a little space, had sat a couple cars back, and there was nobody between us. We get going, and there goes the fireworks show, the Happily Ever After show. And I just remember we were riding People Mover, the fireworks were going off, and we got stuck right in front of the castle. And just seeing Carter and Jenna get to experience that from the back, I couldn't hear what they were saying, I couldn't see their faces, but just to get to see them in that moment with the fireworks going off in front of them and behind them, it was just so cool. Those are the things that I hold on to. Those are the things that I cherish. And so, yes, getting to experience that with our newest member, our grandson, is even more special. All right, moving into our last segment here. This is called Full Circle. We've mentioned it a couple of times, but we have Beckett going. He'll be 16 months old when we go back in December. To see Carter experience Disney through his child, to see Uncle Jack get to experience taking Beckett as, his nephew, and Emily and Sam are going with us, and Henry and Hadley, and of course, Mrs. Mouse, the row will be there, and Jenny as well. It's going to be a really cool time, and I'm really looking forward to it, but there will be nothing like watching Beckett get to experience Disney for the first time. And so I think it's going to be kind of tough to temper those expectations and hoping that everything goes perfect. But I will have to relinquish some of that to Carter, because I think as his dad, I think that's his moment to have for he and Jenna.
Passage.
Yeah, he and Jenna.
He's
comes
gonna,
first.
I'm gonna be trying to get to the park, and he's gonna want to jump in the pool. It's gonna happen.
So, Carter, what do you think that's going to be like?
Buddy, you can't swim.
So, Carter, what do you think that's going to be like to experience Disney through the eyes of Beckett?
I just think that this is called a full circle, whatever segment, is so fitting, because the first time I went was when we all went as a big family, and we haven't all been together since. Y'all have been with Emily and Sam and their kids, but I've never been with Emily and Sam and Henry and Hadley. Like, I haven't been with Jenny since the third time we went.
Right.
Which was 2012-ish, somewhere in there. And so for us to all go together, it's going to be so special, because like we spend a lot of time together, but we haven't all done something like this since we went to Branson, and that did not go well.
Did not go well.
And so we need
Side note, do not go to Branson between Christmas and New Year's.
Don't do it.
They shut down the whole town. We didn't know that. We know now.
and you get shut in.
What a surprise.
I know he's not going to remember any of it. That'll be something we talk about forever.
Jamie, throughout the years when we've gone to Disney World, you and I have passed somebody with 2 little kids, baby wearing and in strollers. And I cannot tell you how many times I remember you and I saying, these people are crazy. Why would you bring these little children to Disney World? Like, you can't enjoy yourself. You can't, they're not going to remember it. And then I saw something, and I'm sure everybody's seen it, but it just says, they may not remember this, but you will.
But you will. Absolutely.
And so that's kind of, and obviously with Beckett being here, my whole entire mindset has changed. And so I'm just excited about, he may not remember anything, but by golly gee, his Simmy's going to have some pictures for him.
That's right.
And get him a good picture book made.
So, Carter, what do you think are going to be some of those emotional moments for you?
Doing things I did, but so much of that's not there anymore. I mentioned the test track and the rapids, like.
What's going to be his rapids and his,
Yeah. When we did the baby episode, like the episode for him when he first got here, like I talked about how much I hate Peter Pan, but I'm sure he'll love it. How much I hate Small World, but he'll love it. And like, I'm going to have to find a way to enjoy those things, appreciate those things. But I'm also just excited, like, to share that with you guys. I know y'all are going to be respectful of like Jenna and I, and like it being our first time as parents. But there are things that, like, I want him to experience with you guys, too. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, we wouldn't be all Disney crazy if it wasn't for y'all's passion. Y'all's passion spread to Sam. Now him and Emily are gung-ho, and obviously Henry and Hadley love it. And, like, certain things, like, that is y'all's thing. Like, I'm going to relinquish that to y'all, because I'll have memories of me doing that kind of things with you, but then, like, I want to see that y'all do that with him, too. That's what I'm most excited about, I think, is, I guess, sharing him with everybody.
Right.
Because he is going to be the star of the show when we go.
That's right.
He's the star show every day, let's be honest.
Right.
It's just little things. And, I think about specific things like when we go to the Country Bear Jamboree, I want that little dude sitting on my lap when we get to see Big Al for the first time. I don't know why.
Hopefully he's not scared of him.
But you know what I mean? Like, those are just those little things. And then you have obvious things like the first time he sees the castle, and he's not going to know what that is. But I bet he'll be wide-eyed and getting to meet those characters. And, I pray that goes well. You never know with little kids and characters. He may hate every big character that he sees, but in those moments like Jack had with Brother Bear, man, how special is that? And so those kind of things, and just, what's he going to key up on, Carter? Is he going to ride the Tomorrowland Speedway and just be, wide-eyed and having a great time and acting like he's driving? I don't know, but it's going to be a lot of fun to get to watch him figure out what those things are. And if it does line up with the things that were important for you, that'll just be a bonus. And for Jenna too. And so it's going to be a really good time. And I hope it's as special as we think it's going to be. I really appreciate you sharing those things. That's very heartfelt. I think you're going to understand what it means to experience these things from the eyes of a parent. That's going to be a pretty special thing.
But also like watching those things evolve over time, because, Lord willing, we'll go a bunch, because hopefully, he'll enjoy it, and Jen will be making doctor money, and so we can go more often.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe we can buy a condo in Orlando. I don't know.
Please do. Please
I haven't
do.
thought about it.
No, I bet. Doesn't sound like it.
No, he won't remember anything. Probably won't really understand what's going on. But like when we go when he's 5, hey, well, last time you went, you did this and you loved this, and like we have this picture of you doing that and meeting this person and this character. And then we'll go again when he's 8. Do you remember this? And then he'll start actually remembering things and like being excited, and just for that to evolve over time. I think it starts in December.
Well, and here's one thing: like kids love looking at pictures of themselves.
I do too.
Look at this photograph.
Yeah, I mean, you always like to go back and look at baby pictures of yourself, and because you don't really remember those times, but it's always fun to pull out the old picture albums and go through. And I do plan on, and maybe even Jenny, because she is our official family historian, will take all the pictures that we take, which is I can't even imagine how many that's going to be, and put them in a picture book that he can have for himself, that y'all can go through and look through it. He may not remember at first, but if he goes back and looks at that picture book before he goes on his next trip, he's going to remember. He may not remember actually being there, but he'll remember, oh, I did this when I was 16 months old.
Like I want to go look at old pictures of me and recreate them with him, like in niche spots. Not obviously like the castle, obviously, but like I can think of a picture of me playing a bongo in Animal Kingdom. Yeah. Like I want him to do the exact same thing and take a picture of it, and
awesome.
like the same angle and everything.
It's going to be really special, and I can't wait.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past.
It's time for us to do some of the things that we know our Big Mouse House family loves to do. I missed last week's episode, and it was the first one I missed.
Did you?
But while I was out, I went out and I surveyed a bunch of people, because it's been a while since we've done Bibbidi Bobbidi Brawl. And so we're going to call this one the Disney Generations Edition. So we're going to pit Carter against Chrissy. And I have a couple rounds of questions. We're going to see who can answer the most. This is just like Family Feud. Each question is 100 points, and we'll see who comes out the champion and who really knows Disney.
Do I need a bell for this? I like a bell.
Oh, we know.
Oh, we know.
All right, guys, are you ready? Round 1 is going to be
Ready.
the top things that kids love the most at Disney World. Chrissy, you are the senior member of the Big Mouse House, so I'm going to let you go first.
Until Jenny comes on.
There are 5 answers to this question. Top things kids love most at Disney.
Character meet and greets.
That is number 2 at 22 points.
Give me souvenirs.
Souvenirs is the number 5 answer at 10 points. Chris, back to you.
Can I say rides?
Rides is number 1 at 40 points.
Yes, it is.
I believe she just wrapped that one
Oh,
up.
Give me the bell. Give me the bell. I need it. Just need it. Here we go. And I can't reach it. Give it to me. No, I'm old.
I overthought that one.
Rides, 40 points. Number 2 was meeting characters at 22 points. Number 3 was snacks and treats at 15 points. Number 4 was parades and fireworks at 13 points. And number 5 was souvenirs with 10 points.
I'm no mathematician, but I think I won that round.
All right, round 2, going to you, Carter. You get to go first on this one. Things parents stress about at Disney World.
Money.
That is number 1 at 30 points. Chris.
As someone who's about to pay for his first Disney trip.
You're fine. You be fine. What am I? Oh, I'm picking.
Quit stalling.
I know. Gosh, busted. What was that question again?
Things parents stress about at Disney.
Nap times.
I'll give you that. Planning and scheduling, that's number 4 at 15 points.
Give me 15.
Carter.
I was really thinking planning. Give me not losing your kids, like staying together.
That's the first incorrect answer.
Oh, I wish I had a buzzer.
Oh, I put him in.
He'll put it in post.
Okay. I'm next.
Correct.
Quit stalling.
Weather.
That is number 5 at 10
Really?
points.
Okay, give me 10 points.
All right, back to you. Kata.
Kata.
Well, what's the question? What answers have been given already?
Yes, Dala.
You're missing number 2 and number 3.
I'm going to come in and sweep it. Don't worry.
Well, I already got number 1, so you can't sweep it. But is it like securing rides?
Lines/wait times is number 2 at 25 points. Does that wrap it up for you?
I believe so.
What's the score? I don't
You were
believe
I
it.
have 55.
You were missing number 3.
Can I give it? Can I say what I think it is?
Sure.
Packing, like what they bring into the parks.
No.
No.
Number 3 was kids melting down at 20 points.
Well, that's wrong.
So things parents stress about at Disney. Number 1 was money at 30 points. Number 2 was line and wait times at 25. 3 was kids melting down at 20. Number 4 was planning and scheduling at 15 points. And last was weather with 10 points. All right, round 3. Back to you, Mrs. Mouse. Things adults appreciate more than kids at Disney World.
Food.
Food and dining is number 2 at 24 points. Carter,
Cleanliness.
that is your first incorrect answer on this round.
Dang.
My turn. Like like the app. Wait times, planning.
Okay, I'll give you that. Theming and details is number 1 at 28 points.
What? Golly. Good at this.
That's over 50 right there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, let me get my bell.
So things adults appreciate more than kids. Number
Safety.
1 is theming and details at 28. Number 2 is food and dining at 24. Number 3 is atmosphere at 20. Number 4 is shows at 16 points. And last, at number 5 is resort experience at 12 points.
I think we were overthinking that one.
What do you think of that, Trebek?
All right, moving on to round 4. Most iconic Disney first time moments. Carter, you're going to be experiencing this, so you got to get this right.
With the castle.
Seeing Cinderella's castle is number 1 at 35 points. Good job.
Meeting Mickey Mouse for the first time.
Meeting a character is number 3 at 18 points.
Their first ride.
First ride is number 2 at 20 points. That puts you over 50.
Yeah, it
Cheap.
does.
Let's wrap that one up. Number 1 is Seeing Cinderella's Castle at 35 points. Number 2 was experiencing their first ride with 20 points. Number 3, meeting a character with 18 points. Number 4, fireworks, 15 points. And number 5, this one's special for the Big Mouse, walking down Main Street with 12 points.
Going right down the middle of Main Street, USA.
Final round. What makes Disney special across all ages? Chris, you get to go first.
Being with family.
Family time is number 1 at 30 points.
yes, it
Nice
is.
strong start there. Carter,
Strong.
Rides.
I can't give you that, man. That's a strike. Chrissy,
A few moments later.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
what makes Disney special across all ages?
The memories.
That is number 2 with 25 points.
Yeah, good. Just won that.
You may have noticed that whoever goes first is one every time.
I didn't notice that. I'm
didn't
caught
notice
up in
that
the moment.
either.
I'm enjoying it.
I'm trying to enjoy my time.
Carter, you want to throw in one just
No,
see if you
because
can
he's
do
a
it?
loser.
You're a loser!
Golly.
No, I'm a loser. My mom told me so.
Number 1 was family time at 30 points. Number 2 is memories at 25 points. Number 3 is escaping reality at 18 points. Number
Yes.
4 is shared experiences at 15 points. And number 5, nostalgia at 12 points.
I think I won that.
But guys, guess what?
What?
We're not done.
What did you say?
You know what's
Whoa there, Nelly.
more special than competing against each other?
With
If you
each
say
other.
with each other, I'm going to have to disagree.
When you come together
Oh.
and try to win the fast money.
You want to hold my hand?
I'm going to give you a couple rounds of fast money where you'll work together. Let y'all work together on this. Question 1, name a Disney ride that defines Magic Kingdom.
Dumbo.
Yeah, that's good.
Dumbo is the first strike against you.
Correct.
What?
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise is your second strike.
Small World.
Small World is number 5 at 10 points.
Okay. I don't know who you talked to last
Peter
week,
Pan.
but you need new friends.
Peter Pan is your third strike. You guys are out on this round. Number 1 was Haunted Mansion with 30 points.
What?
Number 2 was Pirates of the Caribbean at 25 points. Number 3 is Space Mountain with 20 points. Number 4 is the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at 15 points. And
That's
with
terrible.
10 points, it's a small world.
Terrible. Terrible.
Dumbo should have been number 1.
Hey,
Yeah, every Disney commercial
look,
you
while
see.
y'all were sitting on your duffs, I was out there polling all these families. So don't question.
You said you were getting sponsors.
Oh,
You never know what the Big Mouse is up
let your
to.
yes be yes and your no be no.
Question 2. Name a Disney snack you have to get every trip.
Pretzel.
Pretzel is number 4 with 12 points.
Dole Whip.
Dole Whip is number 3 with 20 points.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Sandwich.
Mikey. Mickey Ice Cream Bar is number 1 with 35 points. You're missing number 2 and number 5.
Churro.
Is number 5 with 8 points. The Big Mouse's favorite is
Popcorn.
number 2 with popcorn, 25 points.
Mikey is Mickey's illegitimate brother.
Good job, y'all. Y'all got that one. All right, moving on. Question 3. Name a character that kids get the most excited to meet.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse is number 1 at 40 points.
Minnie.
Minnie is not on the list. That's your
course
first
she's
strike.
Those are hard.
Donald.
Donald is not on the list.
These
That's
kids
your
are lying.
second.
Cinderella.
Cinderella's number 3 at 15 points.
Woody.
Woody is not on the
Where'd you
list.
find these people?
That's your third strike. Number 1 was Mickey Mouse with 40 points. Number 2, you got to think new age, was Elsa with 20 points. 3 was Cinderella. You got that one. Number 4 was Buzz Lightyear at 15 points instead of Woody. And number 5, we had some Disneyland folks in here that got Spider-Man at 10 points.
Tell them
Those
to
are not
leave.
your friends.
You got a friend in me.
Question number 4. Name something that can ruin your Disney day.
Rain.
Rain weather is number 2 at 25 points.
Crowds.
Long lines is number 1 with 30 points. Good job.
I am killing it. Children meltdowns.
Kids melting down is number 3 at 20 points. You're doing great. You got 2 left.
I'm on fire. I don't know. You
What
can't
might
help me.
What might contribute to a long line?
Oh, rides breaking down.
Rides breaking down is number 4 at 15. And the reason we don't go in the
It's
summer-
hot.
Weather.
It's hot. Yeah, number
Boy,
10.
that'll make me mad.
Good
I
job,
like to be
guys.
hot.
It'll make you hot.
No, make me mad.
All right, moving on. This is your last one. Name a reason families keep coming back to Disney World.
The memories.
Family Members is number
Nostalgia.
1 at 30 points. The Nostalgia is number 4 at 15 points. You're missing 2, 3, and 5.
Escape from reality.
That is not
Just
on
the
the
same
list.
answers as the other one.
It's not.
Because it's so fun.
The magic.
The Magic / Feeling is number 2 at 25 points. You're missing number 3 and number 5.
Because the little kids.
Kids like it.
Kids like it. You like to
Kids
bring your
love
kids.
it. Yeah,
Love
they don't like it. They love it, guys. It's number
Good
3 at
mom.
20
Duh.
points. You got one last one. Carter, think about you getting to ride Tiana's and the new Big Thunder Mountain.
Like, because it's news, like it evolves.
New experiences / rides is the last one at 10 points. Guys, y'all did really good.
I don't
knew
think
you
so.
would.
You really gave us a lot of help. We appreciate you.
Not a problem.
Survey said.
Our last segment before we wrap this up, we're going to call this the Passing the Magic, because this is really what it's all about. Chris is going to be geared more toward you and I as parents. What do you feel like Disney means to our family now in this season that we're in?
Just a good time.
It's a lot of fun. It's just one of those things that like brings us together. Like even if we're not at Disney World, obviously we have the podcast. And when I say we, I'm talking about myself as well, because this is my second week in a row on the pod. It's something that just brings us together. We're constantly talking about, what are y'all going to talk about on the podcast next? We have our planning sessions where we all get together and talk about what we want to do, you know, when we go to Disney World in December or the next time we go. That's what I love about it. I think it brings our family like closer together. It's a shared interest, and that's hard these days because our family kind of spans the scope of all the things.
Right.
It's that one thing that ties us kind of all together that we all have interest in.
Yeah, we all have a lot of different interests in our family. There's no doubt. A lot of different ages that are represented. But Disney World is that unifier for us. It is the thing that brings us together. Going to Disney World specifically. And like Carter mentioned earlier, I'm really excited that we're all going. A lot of people probably look at that like, oh my gosh, you're taking all those people. Like, yeah, we are. And it's going to be a good time. We do a good job, I feel like, of laying down expectations. We have planning meetings, you know, where we talk and we dream and we kind of plan. And I still stick by what I always say, have a plan, but when that plan doesn't go accordingly, be flexible in that. But it is fun to look at those videos and say, man, you know what? I really want to do that rhinoceros tour. I really want to do that. I really want to do the behind the scenes tour in Epcot and then go do those things. Or I really want to try that new restaurant in Disney Springs. Whatever that experience is, getting to experience it with your family is something really, really special because it's something you can get to come back and like y'all talked about earlier, you get to see the pictures and those memories will last forever and get to experience that with our growing family, with Jenna and Anya and now Beckett. It's so special. And so I'm really excited about it.
We are family.
How about the things that we hope that one day Carter and Jackson's children get to remember and experience?
I just hope they love it as much as we do. The experience wise, like, I think that's just kind of a given, like, because we're so involved in the planning process. It's not just Carter and Jenna taking Beckett to Disney World by themselves. Like, we're all going together. And I'm sure he's going to invite us every time he goes from here on out, especially when he gets that condo in Florida. Having Anya go with us for the first time is going to be so special as well, just because what she enjoys doing and what she and Jackson enjoy doing together and things of that nature. So it's just another time to go with new people. And it just so happens that these are our favoritist people that we're going to get to go with.
That's right. This is our first trip with our grandson. Our very first grandson. And so it's going to be special, but to think how that's going to be multiplied with future grandchildren, wherever or whoever, having them go for their first time, man, it's going to be like you just get to start over each time, and how exciting that is. And so,
yeah, it's limitless. Carter, I need you to have like 5 grandbabies, 5 babies. So we can take 5. That's 5 new trips we get to go.
I'll say like the first few times he goes, it's going to be like him going for the first time.
Yeah.
How
about this one? What are the traditions that matter the most to us? That's kind of the matriarch and patriarch of this Disney family.
That's us. We are almost 50.
That's right.
You will be 50.
It's time, Daddy. We're the matriarch and
Lord.
patriarch.
What are some of those traditions that you look forward to establishing? I know that I'm probably more intentional with those things.
Let me ask you that question, because that is more your wheelhouse. I mean, I like traditions and stuff, but you're the sentimental tradition. Let me ask you that question.
Yeah, I think establishing a love and appreciation for the classics is very important. It's one of the things I adore about Henry and Hadley. They get it, especially Henry, being a little bit older. He doesn't look at the Country Bear Jamboree and be like, what in the world's going on with that? Or why are y'all watching this? He's tapping his toe and he's enjoying it. And that's passed on to Hadley too. Having them appreciate the Carousel of Progress and realizing what it is. Having them appreciate things like Dumbo and Peter Pan and Small World and recognizing what those things are and what they represent. The older they get, that'll be easier. But not looking at it like it's some kind of dork thing, but...
We failed with Carter. He just looks at... No, I'm just kidding.
But having them experience those things and realizing how special they are, because those are things that I did as a kid. Those are things that Carter did as a kid. And now these are things that Beckett and our future grandchildren will get to experience. The pictures are going to be there. The memories and the things that we're not even thinking about are going to be there. Taking them to Casey's Corner and getting them corn... just little things like that. Sitting on Main Street and just taking it in, sharing popcorn. It does make me feel sad that we won't get to experience things like Tom Sawyer's Island or some of those things where time kind of just stops. I'll miss that, but we'll make our own new memories, and I just can't wait.
I think that's maybe something we should think about before we go in December. Is like, what's a tradition that we can start now that we have Beckett? And, obviously, hopefully, Lord willing, that we'll have more and more grandbabies. What's something that we could start this time that every time we can do it again and take a picture? And I know for us, we always get an ornament. We always get an ornament with a date on it. I think we should make that a goal, is to think of just a new tradition that we can start.
Carter, any traditions pop out for you quickly?
It's not a tradition, but my thing is going to be Spaceship Earth. Like, that's my Carousel of Progress. I can't wait to ride that with him.
There you go.
That's my favorite. It's not my favorite ride. That's between that and People Mover, my favorite, like, just I'm at Disney kind of ride.
Yeah.
Like a grand and miraculous spaceship.
And in closing this segment, families that get to experience Disney for the first time, make it what you want. There is no right. There is no wrong. Make it what you want. If you want to go and just sit on Main Street and take it all in, then do that. If you want to go ride It's a Small World 14 times, then do that. Those are the things that make that special, and those are the things that only you can establish. And so whatever you dream up and whatever it means the most to you, make the most of it. Well, guys, we're done. And this one hits a little bit different because today wasn't just about rides or parks or planning tips. It was about something bigger. It's about time. And how something as simple as a trip to Disney World can follow you through every stage of life, from being a kid, growing up, to becoming the one creating the magic for someone else. And sitting here today, hearing these stories, these memories, these perspectives, it's what the Big Mouse House is all about. It's not just Disney, it's family, it's connection, it's moments that stick with you longer than any ride ever could. If you've ever been to Disney with your family, I know you get it. And if you haven't yet, you will. So thank you for being a part of this with us. Make sure you're following, subscribed, and sharing this with someone you've taken to Disney. And if you've got a story like this, we want to hear it. Email us at tbmh25@gmail.com. And from our family to yours, we'll see you real soon. And remember, there's always room for one more in the Big Mouse House.
If you would have fallen back,
That's why I didn't do it.
I'd have wet myself.
I would have busted my head open.
Well, I wouldn't have laughed. Yeah, I probably would have laughed. But I'd helped you up.
Dad would have been pissed because his Legos fell.
Gotta clean your own blood. I mean, what are you doing? I just don't understand. Why? 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 What? That's so. It's not okay.
I can't control that.
I'm so confused. Okay.
Let me finish my cookie. Then me.
Got one more.
We're gonna have to set some ground rules. Oh. He said he wanted some water. He said all those drinks we got in the refrigerator, all those nasty drinks we got in the refrigerator, we didn't have any water. I said, no, we have water in the refrigerator. It's spring water. I can drink spring water. I was like, huh? It's King's stuffed spring water. So I told him, I said, if I put that water up against Sam's Choice water, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. And I would, because I'm a Sam's Choice water snob. He said he would. So I got both of them sitting in the freezer. When we get done, blind taste test.
They're gonna be frozen. Welcome back to the
God.
Help. Lord, help.
Misses one episode. He knows his job's in danger.
Yeah, he does. You notice who got asked back for the next episode.
He tell y'all what.
He's lucky I let him back.
Oh.
This is Carter's house.
Well, and after everybody he sees, even in Walmart, he's like, let me see your phone. Let me download the podcast. Enough. I'm on fire.
Yeah.
In the Big Mouse house.
I did not clarify in the Big Mouse house.
Oh, it's in.
I know, but I didn't want to mess it up, and so I didn't do it. My apologies.
From our family to yours, we'll see you real soon. And remember, there's always room for one more in the Big Mouse house.